These children are singing a song alerting people not to litter. They are environmental conscious. Like the song is saying, litter is a problem. It is giving us a problem. Waste is classified as anything which no longer is useful and needs to be disposed of. How many youths understand how waste must be disposed? Kabo and Thobela are very good friends. Let's find out how much knowledge they have about the disposal of waste. Let's see where Thobela and Kabo throw their empty cans after finishing their drinks.
Yeah. This drink is more than refreshing. Honestly, if I had some extra money, I was going to go for another one.
No, my friend, we don't have to drink like that. What will people say when they see you drinking like this? And remember, there's girls around the town.
Kabo, we bought these drinks using our own money. So one can drink anywhere, anyhow.
And you have already finished yours.
Yes, I was very...
Hey, man, come and pick your empty can, throw it in the bin.
What? Isn't it that you are paid for picking up that litter? If I don't throw that litter on the pavement, that means you don't have any job.
How dare you talk to me like that, man?
Hey, young man, I never sent you to the city council to look for that job. So pick it up yourself.
Next time I will teach you a lesson.
Hey,
I will
come,
catch
let's
you.
go, man. Hey.
I'll see you.
Some youths still have a mentality like Thobela's. Do you think Thobela is right by talking to the city councilman in that manner? No. As a youth of Botswana, you must respect your fellow Botswana and at the same time don't litter. Because of economic hardship, most youths migrate to towns and big villages to look for employment. Some are fortunate in becoming employed by large companies, whilst others divert to self-employment. Some become vendors, bush mechanics, to mention but a few. But the question is, do they know the dangers waste can do to our environment? Thobela is one of the fortunate youths who got a job in a garage. Let's visit Thobela at his workplace and find out how Thobela handles oil waste. You see what Thobela is doing? He is spilling oil into the drainage system. This is not allowed at all because this oil can pollute our much-needed surface and groundwater. Do you know that only 1 liter of oil can pollute 1 million liters of water? Pollution does not occur immediately. It takes 10 to 20 years to pollute underground water. It goes in stages. The more we pollute on top, the more it goes into the ground to pollute the groundwater. What about these plants, animals, and people? How will they survive with polluted water? The garage supervisor was supposed to teach Thobela how to handle oil waste. Is it only Thobela who does not know that waste oil is dangerous to our surface and groundwater? No, there are a lot of youths who do not know. Youth must ask their supervisors at work on how to handle waste oil in the garages. Let's see the reaction of Thobela's supervisor after realizing what Thobela had done.
Where are you putting that oil? In the drain, say. What's wrong with that?
No, Thobela. You don't do that. You are polluting surface water and underground water. Please don't do that again. Do you see that drum over there?
Yes, sir.
You should always pour used oil in that drum so that the petrochem people can come and collect it.
But, sir, what do petrochem people have to do with used oil?
They take it back to our suppliers in South Africa. It is used as a source of energy.
Some health institutions have a tendency of throwing infected medical waste, such as needles, bandages, hand gloves, razor blades, expired drugs, and many other things in the trash bins where they are carried to the landfill. In the landfill, youth and animals scramble for this waste, not knowing that they might infect themselves. Some take hand gloves, which will have been discarded, and use them when catching worms. Plastic waste is another area where youth have to look into. Most parents send their children to buy groceries from shops and supermarkets. One buys 5 different items and takes 5 plastic bags to put those items into, like what Thobela is doing here. What does he do with the plastic once he is outside the shop? Let's find out.
Dumela, ma.
My friend, do you know that this plastic you have thrown on the ground is a danger to our animals? And this plastic make our country untidy and pollute our environment.
Hey, ma, I don't have cattle or goats, not even cats, so why do I care about the environment?
Don't you know this plastic can destroy cultivable land? And cattle and goats may eat them and die. We're the future leaders. So let's have a positive attitude towards waste. It won't kill you. If you go back, pick that plastic bag, throw it into the bin, or take it back to that shop.
After a second thought, I think you are right. Botswana is our country, and we must keep it clean.
Imagine that you have 10 cattle and one of them dies after eating a plastic bag which will have been thrown on the ground by a person who behaves like Thobela. How would you feel? As youth, let's advise one another if we see people like Thobela throwing plastics anywhere, to pick them up and put them in the proper places. Since youth are the leaders of tomorrow, they must take the initiative of handling this type of waste because generally it makes our country very untidy. Papers and cans can also be a serious waste in terms of making our country untidy. Like everyone else, Thobela decided to go for greener pastures. He decided to join a chemical firm. But the question is, does he know how to handle chemical waste? Thobela didn't know that the chemicals were not supposed to be disposed into the refuse bins. Let's see what happens after he did that.
Yo, choo choo, yo way, no way.
What's wrong?
Yo, you take a woman.
What's wrong?
Yo,
Ay, banana, banana.
Because of Thobela's ignorance of not knowing which chemicals to put into the refuse bin, he ended up hurting innocent people like Tato. Some even throw these chemical waste through the window, and that alone can destroy our environment or hurt someone. This highly toxic chemical can pollute our much-needed groundwater through percolation and surface water. Even soils can be polluted and soil organisms can be affected. Youth are highly encouraged to use condoms nowadays. Condoms must be used to stop our future leaders from contracting the deadly disease AIDS and other sexually transmitted diseases. The question is, where do you throw away the condom after using it? Some youth have a tendency of throwing condoms anywhere. Kids not knowingly will then come and pick them up and use them as balloons. The sad part is that when the result of mismanagement of waste by youth comes, it won't be directed to them alone, but to the whole population of Botswana. Here we can see another initiative. People are reusing plastic bags to make flowers and mats to sleep on. As plastics are a huge problem in Botswana, this type of initiative can lessen the problem. One can make a living by collecting cans or scrap metal for recycling or reuse. It can end up giving you a living if you work hard. Like you saw, plastics and paper can be put to good use if one is environmental conscious. You can create employment for yourself and other Botswana through waste. Let's think positively. Botswana is a beautiful country. Let's see to it that it is only us who can make our environment admired by other countries and tourists. By us protecting our environment, it means a better and brighter future for us youth in this beautiful country.